Hello and welcome to episode 43 of Pentagon for Gold. Now, you may notice we're in a pretty good position in the table. We are top of the league and we've won every single game so far. It's been mental. We've been really good throughout, both in terms of scoring goals and not really conceding them. We've only conceded more than one goal once in the league this season. That was actually in our last game against Atlas, which was crazy. We conceded in the 93rd minute, and I thought that was going to be an equaliser that would finally dent our 100% win record. And then Sebastian Mesa stepped up in the 94th minute to get a very late winner. So that was quite a game, and that followed several games where we won sort of 2-0 to 5-0. As it happens, we've basically played all the easy teams, which isn't ideal. But it means we're in a really good position for this second half of the season to actually push on. We have played the likes of Querétaro and Leon, so we played some of the big teams, or at least the teams that have done well. And most of the teams we played, I think we've played all of those bottom 5 except Atletico San Luis. So we haven't had the most difficult run of things, but we've also done really well with what we've had. So in today's episode, we are playing against Toluca, who are 7th, and then Cruz Azul, as they seem to be the most popular team to play against in this part of the save. I'm sure that's just early days and just where they fit into the scheduling. They're 2nd, and we'll be playing away to them, so that's going to be a challenge, particularly because these games are 3 days apart, whereas most of the times throughout the season we've had a full week break. A rather rotated first 11 for today's game then. We are playing with Kevin Hummler and Anson Lara in the back 5 as players who've kept their place, but everyone else apart from Camarena is switched out. So we're trying to sort of get as many players rotated as possible without completely losing all of the familiarity of certain players, and I think having leaders such as Hummler, Lara and Camarena could be useful. Lara's obviously a bit younger, but Hummler being one of the oldest players in the squad, and Camarena, having come from Chelsea, should have that experience that we need to get the win today against Toluca. Para sends the free kick in and makes its way over the top from Ramirez's header. Ramirez, incidentally, has been in really good form this season. He's mainly been playing as a backup box-to-box midfielder, but he's been very good when he has been called upon. And yeah, really, I mean, it's difficult to say that anyone's been awful, because pretty much everyone's been good, to be honest. When you've won this many games in a row, you're going to have some players who are in good form. Oh, that's very close. Hummler slightly flapped at that chance, but thankfully it was able to be cleared away. Camarena has also been brilliant. He's got about a goal a game. And his off the ball definitely does seem to be showing well throughout this season, often popping up in important places to get the winning goal or just nick a goal that puts us in a more comfortable position. Cantu now on the left hand side finds Ramirez, and now Mesa in a little bit of pocket of space on the left hand side. Mejia now hasn't played all that much this season, but he's a decent option to have in the squad. And now Guerra on the right hand side. The cross is blocked out, but he gets another go, and now Valdez into Para, and Mejia finds Cantu. Having switched sides, we've got another chance to send it in, and Para puts it in the goal. Cracking ball from Ramirez. As a box-to-box midfielder, you don't necessarily expect him to have that in his locker, but that was a brilliant cross. What is his crossing? 9 crossing. And it was right before half-time as well. It's a great time to score. It's probably for the best that we're playing this game at home. I wouldn't want to be playing this game away right before with a rotated squad. Gomez Girth. And now Varela. Good tackle from Para, winning the ball back. And now Mejia finds Valdez. Needs to be careful because he's on a yellow card. Don't want to be making any dodgy tackles later on in the game. Mejia finds Cantu very nicely. Looking to test the right back, and now Ramirez into Mejia. Valdez again. Camarena. Oh, what a strike from Eder Guerra. That's a cracking goal. He hasn't had the best of games so far, but that was really, really nice from him. And that has us sitting pretty 2-0 up. And now Juarez. Guerra with a slightly dodgy tackle, but Roman eventually knocks the ball wide. I think probably will bring off Camarena for... No, I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's reacting far too quickly to everything. Fernando Sosa, there we go. He's on a fitness test and doesn't really want to be playing all that much, but we need to get him back into fitness. Just, can't be having players getting injured all the time. Marco Medeiros can come on for Guerra. He's had a little injury and also hadn't really played all that much this season. He's a bit unlucky in that respect because he was really good last season, so it's probably a bit harsh of me not to be playing him all that much this season. But I think we just have better options now. Jesus Nevarez, as it happens, is also he's improved a lot statistically this season, playing as a deep line playmaker today, but often as a wing back. And that's a 2-0 win. Nice, comfortable victory. Nothing major to worry about. And we head into our next game against Cruz Azul in stupendous form and 4 points clear. So even if we do lose to Cruz Azul, we'll still be above them. What more could you ask for? Since this is likely to be the toughest game in this part of the season, we've gone with our absolute strongest lineup. Thankfully, we've not had too many injuries this season. And that means Rafael Chan, who's been in immense form, starts on the right-hand side. Victor Hugo Nunez starts in defensive midfield, with Camarena keeping his place up front. It's going to be a difficult game, but I reckon these boys have got what it takes to get the win here. Let's hope that they do. Zubiarte sends it in. Unfortunately, the free kick's gone straight into De Silva's hands. And he sends it long, but Calderon is there to collect. Barbosa now. Leading Galoppo on a merry dance there. And eventually it's made its way out, and now Villalba has a chance to counter-attack for Cruz Azul. Oh, that's a good ball, and Ruiz is there. That's a cracking tackle from Benitez. That's not a penalty, that was a brilliant challenge. What's it going to be? Good. No penalty. That was a really, really good tackle from Benitez. Really just wrapped his foot around the ball. Side on as well. Very impressive. He's been a really good signing so far. 18 years old, already played pretty much every game. And he's got a lot of potential, so he's quite an exciting player to have. Very glad to have signed him. There's also one Mexican centre-back that I would like to sign. He'd probably take the place of Lara, I'd imagine. Particularly because Benitez is left-footed. And now Benitez here sends it into Zubiarte, and now Lopez beats his man, finds Camarena, and probably should have moved a bit further in before he took that shot. I don't know why he felt the need to take it first time there. But that was a really good move, and good running from Lopez, using his, I think it was 18 acceleration and only 14 pace, but 18 acceleration to good effect. Zubiarte's header has been cleared, but only to Benitez. And now Lopez, what a ball, finds Chan. And he sends it in, and Barbosa's there to put it into the net. What a team we're building here. We're a lot further ahead of schedule than I was expecting us to be. I think if you compare our squad's quality to America's or Cruz Azul's, we're probably below both, but we've done so well so far this season. Obviously, they've played big teams most likely and we haven't. But this is a promising sign. And now Chan running down the right-hand side, looking to get it onto his left. And he does, and eventually it goes in, but it's a hit, it's headed out. So we had a chance to build again from the back. Anson Lara finds Nunez. Good ball into Calderon. Needed to get that right, or else he would have given it away. And Barbosa's there again. Zubiate's shot was blocked, and Barbosa was on hand to put it into the net with the keeper already down from his first dive. It's been a good game for Barbosa, who has decent stats, you know. And that is half time. 2-0 up. Very good performance all round. Can't complain too much with what we've seen. We've also restricted them massively. I wasn't expecting to stop a team like this from really getting any chances. Calderon unfortunately seems to have picked up some sort of injury, so we'll get him off as soon as this chance has gone. Barbosa, not his greatest pass there, and Toro now. We know from experience that Toro's a good player, but thankfully he's sent that miles wide. Anyway, let's get Calderon off for Jairo Valdez and hope that he can do a job on the same level as Calderon has been doing. And we'll get our other subs on now. Mercado can come off for... no, not for Guerra or even Jorge Lopez. Why is it doing this to me? Jorge Ramirez. And our other substitution, perhaps, maybe Raul. Actually, no, let's get Sosa on so he can get a bit more fit again. Hopefully, we won't live to regret making those substitutions, but I think they're the right ones to make. Perhaps now I would probably take Barbosa off, but I guess we never know. Oh, that's a good pass. And it's put home by Marcelo Vicaria. I don't know who was playing him on, but it seemed like our defensive line was miles ahead of him. What happened there? Sosa clears it out. Galoppo there. I think it must have been Sosa on the left-hand side, miles away from the actual player who scored. I think that's just one of those unlucky ones where, you know, it wasn't a defender that made the mistake. It was just one of the wingers who was tracking his man. Eyes only for where the ball was. Luckily, that header has cleared it out, and now Chan's got a chance to counter. Camarines open in the middle, if he can actually make a run. I don't know why he didn't bother. Just left Chan to do all the work by himself. A bit odd. Let's lower the tempo, increase the time wasting, as we like to do, and let's hope this isn't a late equaliser for them. Andre Luis, well intercepted by Lara, and now Chan. Camarine is open. Send him through. Ooh, that probably is a pen. I don't know if it was in or outside the box, but I think it's definitely a foul regardless of what happened. And it is a penalty. So Sebastian Barbosa gets a chance at a hat-trick. I don't know how good he is at penalties, but time will tell. Come on, lad. And he scores it. That's what we like. From midfield, Sebastian Barbosa manages to get a hat-trick. What is his penalty taking stats? 7. So that was a 50-50 really. I'm very happy with the result and the way we played, to be honest. 3-1 away to Cruz Azul, who were second, and that means we're 7 points clear. I mean, in reality, it doesn't mean all that much because it just we end up in the quarterfinals regardless for the CONCACAF, for the Liga MX Apertura playoffs, regardless whether we come first or fourth. But I think this is a good sign that this team is going places, and actually this is really good for the average points, which does actually contribute to the CONCACAF placings for next year. If we can keep this going throughout the season, even if we don't do so well in the playoffs, we should be able to qualify for that, and that's very good news. So yeah, we're doing so well. Having a look at the schedule now, it's just win after win. We've not even drawn a game all season, including friendlies. And if you look at last season, this squad was not doing well at all, particularly in the Apertura. In the Clausura, it was a bit of a mixed bag. We were doing well, but we weren't doing outstanding. And yeah, that's quite something, the way we've turned this round. These signings we've made have all settled in instantly, and there's only another, I think it's 8 games to go in this Apertura before we get to the playoffs. So the next thing I show you will probably be the playoffs, provided we don't have a collapse and fall out of them. But even then, we'd get into the preliminary round. So yeah, we'll hopefully be in a really good position to actually go and destroy some teams in the playoffs, even the big teams. So yeah, if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. In the meantime though, have a great week, and I hope to see you next time.